It's September 30th, 11:59 p.m., Washington, D.C. The Capitol is buzzing like a thriller's climax. Senators scramble, phones buzz, tension thick. Democrats beg for funding to keep the government alive. Republicans, they demand massive cuts. President Trump's on X. Dems tanked it. No deal, no funds. Midnight strikes. Boom! The government shuts down. The first since 2018, the 15th since the 80s. Meet Lisa, 35, the Yellowstone Ranger, usually guiding kids through nature. Today, gates locked, paycheck gone. I'm skipping bills for groceries, she posted, voice cracking. Then there's Mike, an air traffic controller in Atlanta, working unpaid. Essential but broke, he told reporters. 2 million workers furloughed. Tax clerks, NASA techs, zoo staff. Parks, museums, passports, all frozen. Economy bleeding $1.5 billion daily. Why? A $1.7 trillion budget fight. Healthcare versus tax cuts and border walls.
Special report. I'm Jesse Mitchell in New York. The U.S. government is now officially shut down, partially. Congressional leaders and President Donald Trump failed to reach a deal or pass a short-term funding bill that would have kept the government running. A shutdown could lead to the furlough and firing of a large number of federal workers. There are some...
Zoom to the Pentagon. Enter Pete Hegseth, Trump's new defense secretary. Fat generals in diversity classes while our military rusts, he roars. His plan? Slash bureaucracy, kill woke training, boost combat power. Meet Sergeant Kira, 28, drill instructor. She trains troops daily, but shutdown freezes her funds. I'm here for defense, not drama, her viral post says. Supporters cheer, finally fixing the military. Critics warn, this is a purge. With Gaza burning and Russia's shadow games, is this timing bold or reckless?
Of the Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those who long for peace must prepare for war. This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows that. The origin date...
From government shutdowns freezing families, to Pentagon purges testing unity, to visa walls killing dreams. This is not just politics, it's people's lives. What's your take? Bold reforms or reckless chaos? Drop a comment, smash like, and subscribe for tomorrow's updates.
The move is sparking concern as employees and companies that rely on the workers, especially those in the tech sector, race to understand the consequences. Our William Brangham has more.
That's right, Jeff. More than 500,000 people are currently living and working in the U.S. on H-1B visas. They work in so-called specialty occupations that require at least a bachelor's degree. The president argues that by increasing the cost of these visas, companies will be incentivized to...
Silicon Valley, usually buzzing with dreams, is silent. Trump's new order slaps $100,000 fees on H-1B visas. Ravi, 31, coder from Bangalore, said, I had a U.S. startup offer, now I'm priced out. Shutdown worsens it, visa offices closed, millions in backlog. Experts say H-1Bs power 25% of startups and $200 billion in growth. Canada and Europe are poaching talent. Is this job protection or innovation suicide? The shutdown doesn't just stop paychecks. It freezes essential services. Hospitals report delayed lab results. FEMA can't respond promptly to flood alerts. Small businesses struggle as SBA loans halt. In Boston, school cafeteria workers go unpaid, leaving kids without meals. The ripple effect? Millions feel the pinch, from veterans missing benefits to families delaying medical care.
Is the federal government facing a deadline tomorrow at midnight, hanging in the balance the jobs of thousands of federal workers across the DMV.
At this hour, President Trump and congressional leaders are meeting at the White House. Tom Fitzgerald is live on the Hill right now with more on any potential breakthroughs. We have been to this point so many times.
Wall Street isn't immune. The stock market dips as investors fret over stalled budgets. Small shops report cancellations. Layoffs spike in service industries, and consumer confidence slides. Analysts warn prolonged shutdowns could cost the economy $1.5 to $2 billion per day. Meanwhile, government contractors scrambled to manage delayed payments, fearing insolvency.
Cancel the cuts, lower the costs, save healthcare.
Democrats are demanding a new funding bill that reverses Medicaid cuts and extends expiring Obamacare subsidies to prevent health insurance premiums from rising for millions of Americans. Republicans are pushing for a more simple short-term fund.
Globally, allies watched nervously. NATO partners question U.S. commitment as defense budgets stall. Trade talks with Europe and Asia face delays. Visa freezes discourage international students and tech talent. America's internal gridlock is now a global concern, a diplomat warns, as companies reconsider investment plans in the U.S. Even as shutdown headlines dominate, ordinary Americans suffer quietly. Veterans report delayed benefits, forcing them to skip medications or postpone therapy. Single parents struggle as school support programs freeze. In Ohio, Emma, a mother of two, posts, FEMA vouchers delayed, groceries running out. How do we survive? The human cost is clear. Millions of families live in uncertainty, and the psychological toll rises.
Seems to be inevitable, and that is a partial government shutdown tonight. Democratic leaders emerged from the West Wing of the White House yesterday, empty-handed and casting blame.
The government shuts down. It's because Republicans have decided to shut the government down and hurt the American people.